Shortly after finishing off the brick, I had some cash on me at the time. I was leaving my hotel room and I jumped in a cab. We're about a block from the hotel when I look in the rearview mirror and I see we're getting lit up. It's the Colombian police on motorbikes, and they pull us over, and they don't even walk to the driver's side window. They walk straight up to my window in the back seat. And I knew something was very wrong. And they pulled me out of the car. Didn't handcuff me, so I knew immediately that something was strange about this. They walked me over to the curb, and one of either the lieutenants or the captains introduced himself, and he spoke good English, and he said, "I understand that you know from La Oficina." At that moment, I just started laughing. A, because I was so relieved that I wasn't going to jail, and B, because of the irony of it, I knew exactly what was coming. He explained to me, "You need to pay us. You owe us a multa, or a fee." And I said, "Okay, well, this is where I'm staying. You obviously know that I'm staying up the street at the hotel. Why don't you come by at 4 o'clock this afternoon? We'll get some coffee, and I will slip you an envelope." He didn't tell me how much. I just knew that I had to give him something to wet his beak. I wasn't sure how they had found out about me. At the time, I thought maybe it was from La Oficina in Envigado who had told them, "Hey, there's this gringo. He's moving work down on Hostel Row. He's a good guy. Go see him, and he'll take care of you." And that was the point of paying off the cops. It wasn't some big aggressive thing. It was obviously so they would look the other way and to have your back, to make sure that no other dealers fucked with you. Or maybe it was a rival cartel, who knows, right? I mean, everybody has eyes everywhere in that business down there. So we agreed we would meet back at the hotel. I gave them my phone number and they let me go. I got back in the cab and I went to wherever I was going. I think I was going out to lunch or something like that. And at 4 p.m., I leave my room and I walk down to the hotel pool. And sure enough, it's the 3 cops who had pulled me over, but they're not in uniform. They're in plain clothes this time, because you don't want to be walking around taking bribes from drug dealers wearing your uniform, of course. So we sit, we have a drink, we talk, we bullshit, we talk sports, and I slipped them an envelope. I gave them $2,000 American, whatever that was in pesos, and they kind of looked it over, thumbed it through, seemed satisfied, and they said, "As long as you're here in Medellin, you're good, you're safe, you're with us. We'll be back next week." And I said, "Okay." And that's the way things operate down there. Corruption. One hand washes the other, and that way everybody eats, everybody makes money. I moved one more brick after that. I put the blindfold back on, I got in the cab, it took me up to the barrio to meet, and I took it back to Hostel Row. And this time I moved it even faster than the first kilo. I actually had some Australians in one of the hostels on the row that wanted to sell some product themselves. So they came to me asking for wholesale coke. And I think I sold them like 4 or 9 ounces, a quarter of a key. So I actually became, for a brief time, a wholesale supplier of coke. I mean, it was just crazy. Now it's time for another re-up. So I hit my man. I said, "Hey, buddy, I'm ready to come up there again." And he goes, No. We have a problem. You're in danger. I need to meet you somewhere." And it's funny because I was feeling myself thinking, man, I'm a real paisa. I'm a real Colombiano at this point. I'm a real Mágico. And all of a sudden, my fortune flips and I'm in danger again. So I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck now? So I met him that afternoon. He came down from the barrio to meet me and have lunch. And he's very nice. He explains to me, "Mira, Parche, tenemos un problema. Hay otros socios en la oficina que tiene problema contigo moviendo producto por nuestro barrio." And I said, "Oh, I thought it was all taken care of. I'm paying off the cops. You said that nobody could touch me." And he goes, "Sí, pero está fuera de mi mano. No hay nada que puedo hacer." And that was that. I mean, there's nothing I could do though. I certainly wasn't gonna fuck around and ignore that. That's a real threat. So I took this gigantic bag of money that I had made selling coke to these Europeans, and I got out of town. Hey guys, if you like that video, make sure to check out the full episode right here and subscribe to the channel right here.